I'm your host, Sean MacKenzie. Thank you for joining me once again on my channel on data engineering. In this episode, we're going back to our Microsoft Access playlist, and we're going to talk about how to use a form variable and a subform variable so that we can make our code a little bit easier to read and also much easier to program because those are two very important variables for us to use. So without further ado, let's get to our form variables in Microsoft Access. Looking to hire additional programmers for your project? Make sure to check out the additional links in the description. Okay, so we're going to be using the same file that we used in some of our previous episodes, and as you can see, I've filtered the navigation list to orders, and so you can see here is our orders form, and there are some subforms on this order form, which is great for our purpose today. There are a couple of text boxes that are unbound that we are going to change the values of through using a form variable. And so we're going to open this form, and then we're going to set some values on the form and the subform by using a form variable and a subform variable. And so I'll go in the create ribbon over to module, and that'll create a new module, and we're going to create a new module, and so this will simulate opening and operating a form from outside of the form in some module code, which is something that we want to show. And so we've got a new module there. I'm just going to check that our form is in fact closed here, and I'll go back to the code and we'll create a subroutine, and the subroutine we'll just call it open and use form, and this will allow us to open the form. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pass in a variable the name of the form that we want to open. And so every time we use this subroutine, we're going to specify the name of the form that we want to open. And so if you had similar forms that had similar characteristics, you could use the same subroutine for both forms, or for 3 forms, or 4 forms, or whatever. And so if you had a common way that forms got opened, this would be the way to do it. And so in this case, I'll add a quick note here. I'm just going to say opens a form, assigns a variable, and then uses it. And then I can go ahead and create my first variable here, which will be the form variable, and that's going to use that string that we passed in there. And so what we'll do is we'll say we're going to dim FRM as form, and we'll dim FSub as a subform, just so that you can see how we can use these variables. This is very, very handy for when you are doing a ton of operations on the form or different things to the form. You want to use a form variable. It's way easier than trying to manage it in other ways. And so the first thing I'll do is I'm going to say I'll use a do command, and I'll open the form, and you can see now I can put in that string name of the form that we're going to pass in, and I'll say open AC normal. So that's just going to open the form for data entry, and then once it's open, then we can set a variable equal to that form that's been opened. And so we'll say set FRM equal to forms, and then in brackets the name of the form. And as long as that form is open, it will set a variable, and then you can start using that FRM as if it is the form. Now in our last video, we looked at how to use form references, which is very, very handy, but when you're going to do a whole ton of different things on your form, it's very clumsy to use the form references over and over and over again, and so that's where using a variable is really cool. So as you can see here, if I do form dot, it gives me all of the methods and properties for that form, and I can just say something. I can choose maybe the caption, which will change the title at the top on the tab, and I'll just call it orders superform. so that it's different from the original caption. And then I'll also use a form reference similar to what you saw when we used forms exclamation and then the form name and then the name of the control. In this case, we can just go FRM exclamation name of control, which is much shorter and is much more concise and easier to read. And so, maybe you get the username and put that in a variable, and you can say hello and welcome John Smith. And so now that's going to set that TXT, the text box that's on the design of the main form. It's going to set that value. And so to execute this, we could do this a couple ways. I'll attach this to another form in a little bit here, but just to test it out, we can use the immediate window where we can just say open and use form and then pass in our argument, which is the form name. And now if I minimize my code window, you can see it's opened the form, it set that caption just as we wanted to, and it set the value of the TXT greeting text box. And if you had other things you wanted to set, you could have changed values in fields and things like that. And now if we look at our subforms, we can see we've got a couple of subforms here. One of them's items, one of them's for product, and then there's another tab, but it's not a subform on that one. And this is a list name text box. It's TXT list name. And so we want to set that value to, and we can do that using the form variables. Now you could do it just using the form references like we did in our last video, but this is a much more programmatic way of doing it, and much easier if you have a lot of things that need to happen. You might set 20 different things or something like that on your form, and then in that case you want to set the form variable, and in this case the subform variable, which will set f sub equal to FRM and then exclamation and then orders, and that's going to set it to that order subform as soon as it opens. Okay, so just checking the spelling there, order items subform, so I'll put that in here. So we'll set it to form and then exclamation order item subform, which is a control on that form, and we can use that exclamation to use a reference, just like we did for our previous episode where we used form references. And so now when I open this, or when I execute this subroutine in the immediate window, you can see it opened and it set that reference to that subform, and we did not get an error there, so we got the name right. So now what we can do is we can go back and we can set the value of the list name in the subform itself, and so we can use that reference, that f sub there. So we'll go s sub exclamation txt list name equals my order super list, or you could, in one context it could be manufacturing orders, and in another context it might be production orders or whatever. You can change it according to the context, and by using the subform variable, that's very, very handy. And so now if I run this procedure, you can see there we go, we got our my order item super list is on the subform, hello and welcome John Smith is on the main form. I could set some variables in there, and there's our form caption. And so we were able to do all of that through using the form variables, which is very, very handy. So if I go up to create a new form, like some other form that's in your system, it could be an existing form, or this could be a new form, and if I drop a button on there, you can cancel out of here because we're gonna use the properties here. So on the property sheet, like if I give this a nice name, CMD open orders, and I look at the event, I guess we'll set the name of the caption as well, so we'll call this open orders, and let's put a ampersand in front of there as well. so that we have we can use Alt-O to open this if we want to have a keyboard shortcut. And now you can see we've got our button there, and we can go ahead and look at the events for this button. And in the events we have on click, and in on click what we're going to do is we're going to click the ellipsis there to the right of it. That's the 3 dots, and that's going to open the choose builder window. We'll choose code builder, and then we'll go OK. And this opens another code, and this is the code behind for the form. So this is going to execute events that happen on the form, and this is whenever that button is clicked. And so now what we can do is we can use that same subroutine from our module, and we can say open and use form, orders form as the one we want to open. And now this can be called from anywhere within the program. And I'll just call this orders open and then save it. And then now we've got a form that we can test out, and we can use that one procedure from anywhere within our program because it's in a module that can be called from anywhere. So if I go orders open, now I've got this one form that has a button on it, and if I click that button, you can see it runs that central procedure that opened it, set the caption, set a value on the main form, and set a value on the subform. And so that is sort of how you can do that operation, and that is very, very handy. Okay, and so now we can sort of go to the next level of this, which is to show how powerful this is in the sense that you can create a large procedure. In this case we'll create a small one, but once you pass in the form name and use the form variable, now you can reuse that form many ways and save yourself a ton of programming, and it will sort of centralize everything for that one particular function. So say if I wanted to set my form caption, I could create, this is a very simple example, but I can create a little subroutine where I pass in the form name and the caption, and then it'll set that for any form that I choose. So you can see here I'm using the form name that we're passing in as a string, and the caption, so I want it to be dynamic, so I can say, hey, set the caption on any form that's open right now. That's how you can do it using a procedure. So we have a simple little procedure here where we used a form variable, and now we can do things like, well, this was we set this a certain way in this form, but now what we'll do is we'll use a standardized way of doing it. Like maybe we set a caption and then a couple other fields or something like that. And this would be how you would do that, because you can use this in several different ways. And so I'll set the caption of this form as we open it, but then I'll also set the caption of another form just to demonstrate how we can use this in multiple contexts. And so I'm going to use our set form caption in our open and use form subroutine. So that's the first way that we'll use it. And so we're going to set our order subform just like we did before, except now we're doing it in a way that's reused or reusable. And so if I hit enter on that, it's going to open just like we saw before, and it set that caption, which is what we're after, and the other variables. But what if I had another form open, like say another form in my application was open, maybe candy or something like that? We can try that out, and we'll check this candy. There's a whole bunch of candy tables from our demos here. I'll just choose the candy form. So the candy form is open, and I want to set the caption of that as well using my standardized function, because maybe I don't just set the caption, but I also set some other properties or notifications on the form, and I do it the same way on every form you know, when I'm opening it. So I could call this from another form somewhere. I'll do it in the immediate window here so you can see. But I'll say set form caption, candy form, super candy form, and then hit enter. And now if I minimize this, you can see it's set the caption of that form as well, using the same procedure that we used to set the caption on the first form. And so that's a very handy way, it's very powerful way of using form variables to make your code reusable, so that you can have a standardized way that forms are opened and properties are set in one place instead of programming it 100 times on each individual form and making a maintenance nightmare. And that's how you can program form variables in Microsoft Access. Need help or coaching on your project? Make sure to check out my Patreon. The link is in the description. Hope you enjoyed today's discussion on how to use form variables in Microsoft Access. If you like what you saw today, please give the video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell when you see the bell. And if you have any questions or comments, put those in the comment section below. Have a great day, have a safe day, and I'll catch you next time.